Okay, that's what's up. You also met K Solo, right, from CI. You know what I'm saying, like a CI legend. Like you kind of linked up with him before EPMD, right?
Yeah, K Solo always used to come up to the high school. He's from my town, Central Iceland.
Right.
And I used to see him on low, and he used to come up to the high school and battle this dude named Heasy all the time. So that's how I started getting pointers from him, because I used to always tell stories. He was like, "You gonna blow up because you tell stories when you rhyme." And I asked him to take me to Eric's house, and I met him over there. And then that was that.
Was Spellbound already out? Was like Solo popping at that point?
Yeah, he had Spellbound. He was K Solo.
That's Spellbound. I mean,
yeah. How was he like? You know, was he like kind of like the hometown hero because he had the deal, and you know he was working with people like Pete Rock and shit?
Yeah, he was the hometown hero because he made a song "Rockin' for My Hometown."
C.I.
That's right.
That. Yeah,
so
that was
everybody was at the park, the rec. He used to come through. We used to bump his tapes. He repped for us.
Crazy.
All right, so he bring you to Eric Sherman's house. And so what happens there? Because you wind up, fucking with EPMD in the beginning. Like, does Eric just sign you? How does that, that meet happen? I mean, what goes on that first meeting?
Eric came to the door, and then we went in, and he was downstairs in his basement playing music, beat. And then I just started rhyming for him, and then he just told me to come back over. And I just eventually started to go over to his house, and then I was with him for 2 years before I made a record. He was on tour with EPMD, and he was doing his solo project. So I would just go around him while he was making his joint, and then I got on the record with him and Redman, Swing It Over Here. Then I made Hostile with him.
Hostile. That's how the world. That's really when the world was introduced to you. Hostile, right? That was Eric's joint, right?
Yeah, off the solo album. Incredible. Yo, when you knowing that was gonna be your like first introduction and whatnot to like the game and everyone hearing you, like it just sounded like you came so incredible. Like this was like your moment. Like, did you feel like that mentally? Like when you were spitting that verse and those opening lines?
Well, I was groomed because I was rapping since I was like 12, and then I had my own style because back then you had to have your own style to stand out and be original to be a contender as an MC in the culture. So then I was like kind of unconscious. I didn't know like I was gonna blow like I did with E, but Eric was already famous, so he piggybacked me. So most of his fans knew me as his new artist, so I had got extra attention, and then the record started blowing up. So I was in.
And did he walk you into Jive on his strength right there off the Hostile record, or was there any other labels involved? Like what was that like? That process of getting signed?
Jive, and he took me to Jive.
Oh, right, because that's around the time they left. What were they on, Sleeping Bag, and they left?
No, it's a Def Jam for the last 2 albums. Yeah, the Def Jam for the last 2 albums.
Rush Associated labels. Okay, yeah.
But I didn't really know what he was doing. He just was shopping, and then he came back to Long Island and told me about the situation.
Oh, okay. Oh, yo, going through that time, like, when you were dealing with him for the 2 years and he was touring and all that stuff, like, did he ever let you in on, like, on the fact that EPMD was breaking apart, or did he just kind of, like, keep that away from you because you were an artist and he was just trying to have you develop, so to speak?
Yeah. It happened organically. Like, they was on tour, and then I didn't know what happened. Then I was just at his house. Then it all came out.
Okay.
How crazy was that? Because you hear all these legendary stories about home invasions and cars blowing up, and without getting into any specifics, man, how crazy was that? And were you like involved in any of the violence, or was it just you like you on the sideline watching that?
I didn't bear witness to no violence. I only bear witness to police going to Eric's house and asking them to come to the precinct. And then he went to Atlanta afterwards, and I didn't see him for a year. I didn't know what really was going on. I just saw police over there. I didn't even know it was about Paris or nothing like that. And then it started coming out in the news a little bit. And then Eric was in Atlanta, and then he came back after it blew over. And then he came to my block and got me.
Yeah, that's crazy. What was when you look back, you, Redman, Solo, Das, the whole Hit Squad, you guys were like the precursor to Wu-Tang, man. And then all that drama happens, and Paris takes the Hit Squad, and Eric has Def Squad with you guys. And
I never was affiliated with the Hit Squad. There was no Def Squad. It was the Hit Squad. Eric left, and he went to Atlanta, and the Hit Squad continued. I didn't know Paris or Das EFX. I only knew him from seeing them coming and going from E-House, and I used to follow the tour bus around in cities and used to watch them perform. And I just was East boy. They didn't know who I really was.
How come Eric never wanted, hearing you and stuff like that? How come he never wanted to bring you into the Hit Squad thing? Was he just kind of keeping you to himself, so to speak, or what was that about?
I never went around the Hit Squad. I only went to Eric's house and went to the sessions and was rhyming, and I was hustling on Carlton Avenue and going to college. And then when he came back, I just did 4 months in jail. So the time he came back and he was doing his solo project, I was locked up. And then I came out and did Hostile. And I wrote most people in jail.
Oh, word?
Oh, wow. That's crazy.